Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike. And today, well, we're going to talk about the 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer. And all the pictures I'm using today, well, the credit goes to Chevrolet, they're photos. But the Trailblazer, it's a new entry-level crossover for the Chevrolet brand. And a lot of journalists have already reviewed this vehicle. They're really liking it. It's way better than they thought it would be, even though it has a CVT transmission, and it's not built here in America. It's built in South Korea, and some are built in China. But this vehicle, overall build quality, has been quite well, and people have been so happy with it. Now, there's a lot of talk about, we'll start with styling the front end. The front end, pretty aggressive looking, even on the lower trims. As you move up the trim lines, you get the active trim, which gives you a more rugged look to the front end. Or you can go for the RS package, or trim I should say. And the RS package makes it really aggressive looking. When it has that package, you can see a lot of the Blazer DNA inside the smaller Trailblazer. Now the side profile, a good silhouette. It does a good job at standing out with some pretty nice body lines. And I really like the rims. On the RS package, those rims really stand out. They look very sporty. And on the active package, they look really nice and they kind of look aggressive. Now the back end. Back end's pretty nice, some good body lines, and pretty nice taillights. Now the interior. Going to the interior, yes, it's hard touch plastics for the most part, but it's all put together quite well. You sit in nice comfortable seats, you have a great steering wheel in front of the driver. As you move up the trim lines, you can get leather wrapped, or on the RS trim, you can get perforated leather and some piano black. It's a cool look, but piano black on a steering wheel? Not really. But the gauge cluster. A good helper screen surrounded by nice, easy-to-read analog gauges. And next to that, your infotainment screen. It's a good system, it's the latest from GM. It works very well, high resolution, has all the features you want and need. Below there, just some easy buttons to help you go through all that screen and all that stuff. And below there, climate controls. Big knobs, a few easy buttons. Everything's easy to use because this is supposed to be a practical vehicle. Now, like I said, as you move the trims, some materials get a little bit better. You can get nice leather seats. There's a nice cloth material on the dash that makes it stand out. It's a cool look. And you can get nicely stitching on some parts depending on what trim you're on. Now, this vehicle, it's supposed to be an entry level like I said. So a base model, an LS, well, that's about $20,000. As you move the trim lines, like an LT, that's almost $25,000. Then you have your choice, the active trim or the RS. Do you want something more rugged or something more sporty? Now they're both the same price, about $26,490. And for me personally, I'll go with the RS. I like the sporty looks. But if you get the active trim, you do get a few little tiny things that help make you more off-road capable. Some skid plates, more off-road ready tires. But this isn't a vehicle that will actually go blaze trails. This vehicle is just meant to be a good vehicle to take you to work, to get you where you need to go, and go through any weather. It has a nice all-wheel drive system if you option that in. And that all-wheel drive system has some modes. So if you go through a dirt road that's been all muddy, you have no problem, snow, all that stuff. But you're not going to be going off-road with this. Now you have two engine choices. A 1.2 liter 3-cylinder turbo. That's right, a little 3-cylinder. And that makes about 137 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. Now, even though it doesn't sound like a lot of journalists have driven that engine with the CVT, and they said it's actually not that bad. The CVT, as long as you're not like gunning it, it does a good job at giving you the power without being too buzzy, and it's a little bit peppy. It's not fast by any means, but it doesn't feel slow. Now you can option in a 1.3 liter 3-cylinder, we're still a 3-cylinder, and that has 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. So I'll give you a little bit more power, a little bit more punch, and you have your choice between a CVT or a 9-speed automatic transmission, and you have front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive as an option. Now, you're only going to get 7 inches of ground clearance. You can tow about 1,000 pounds, which isn't much. But this vehicle is supposed to be a vehicle that can do a little bit of everything. It has good looks. Yes, it's not the quickest thing, but you get good fuel economy, and it just has room on the interior. That whole overall silhouette, it gives you the maximum space for such a small vehicle. And a pretty good price to boot. Now I wonder what you guys think. What do you think of the Trailblazer? I know it doesn't live up to what the old Trailblazer used to be, but what do you think of this? Is it a good entry point for the GM crossovers? I think it's pretty good. And please, if you haven't already and you want to, check out my channel. I keep trying to give you guys more and more content. I talk about cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, combustion engines, and EVs. A little bit of everything. And please, like, comment, subscribe. hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.